Greetings, peace, love and light to you all, family. Welcome to another YouTube video with me, your host, Mathix. Now, if you are a returning subscriber, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for subscribing. And if you are here for the first time, I would ask that if this is the type of information that your soul has gravitated towards and you enjoy it, then definitely do like the channel, subscribe, hit that notification, and all the details. Share it, man, because the more you share this channel, it helps with the algorithms on a technological level. It helps the channel to grow, but then it also helps with the algorithms of consciousness, because the more people find this information, then the more self-aware they become. And the more self-aware they become, then they begin to heal. And when individuals heal, the collective heals. And when the collective heals, the planet heals. So this is it's one collective beautiful journey. It's one collective beautiful mission. So now, today is going to be a very interesting one. Today I want to talk to you about crystals and blood. Crystals and blood. So the name of the title of the show is going to be called Blood and Crystals. Blood and Crystals. This sounds very poetic, man. Yeah. I think I should start making the titles of my videos very poetic in nature. So let's get into it. Now, these are just some of the crystals that I have that I'll use as an example. So now, a crystal is any solid structure which now has the things that basically make it up, such as the atoms and the molecules. These things are basically arranged in a highly ordered microscopic structure. So that now would create a crystal lattice. So they come in different colors, as you can see. They come in different colors and different sizes. Now these are just some of the smaller ones. Obviously, there are ones as big as houses. You could just look up different crystals. They're very beautiful, very, very beautiful structures. Minerals, very, 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 very beautiful. So this is a crystal, or these are crystals. So throughout time, one of the most mysterious things that we contain as human beings, that we have inside of us, has been blood. Blood. There's blood sacrifices. Blood has always been one of those things that's a mystery. And throughout time immemorial, there's always been ritualistic practices that involved blood within them. Some of them being very horrific and somewhat barbaric. Till this day, it's actually happening where a lot of children are being used in some of these cult settings where children are sacrificed, for their blood. Now, why the blood? Also read in one of the elder Credo Muto's book, where he speaks about how there's certain entities that would kidnap children or people, and then they would take them through very traumatic, or they would put them in very traumatic, scary situations where now it would cause a lot of adrenaline to flow and bringing about a lot of fear. And it said that now when they were to kill that person, when they were to sacrifice that person, or when they were to cut their throat, probably put their body next to a member of their cult who was old, then the blood of that particular individual would heal that sickly member. There's a movie that you should watch. It's called Dr. Sleep. That's a great movie actually to check out what it is that this whole sacrificing or drinking or sapping energy from one entity into another is all about. When I watched that movie, I was like, damn, this is exactly what Ubab Muto was talking about. It's energy. And I was listening also to this stand-up comedian where he was talking about there's a place in China, I think. Yeah, it's a place in China where they torture dogs. They skin them alive, and they basically do a whole bunch of traumatic things to the dogs, and they say that through that blood or through that fear, the meat becomes much more tasty. So all of this has been known throughout. So now that's why you see priests, demonic, or what I would call priests of the left path being using energy of the cosmos, but in an inverted way, because it's not all priests that do that, but it would be these priests that know of these mystical orders. These are the ones that you hear, okay, these people are molesting children, or they're doing blood sacrifices. So what the blood is, now let's get into it. Blood is basically a liquid crystal. Blood is a liquid crystal. Hence now also the name or the title of this is called Blood and Crystals. So I'm going to explain what blood is, and I'm also going to explain what a crystal is, and then you're going to see now how these two work hand in hand. So blood is a liquid crystal. It is your lifeline. It is your light line. So blood is a liquid crystal. It is also light in liquid form. Blood is a harmonic resonator. It is a harmonic resonator. So what blood is what picks up stellar, cosmic, spiritual, mind, thought frequencies, and then it aligns consciousness to you. Blood is a harmonic resonator. It picks up stellar, cosmic, mental, thought frequencies from the environment, and then it aligns consciousness to you. Now, what you should know about your body is that you are a cosmic, biological, supreme mechanism. You are a machine, a biological machine. When you think, every time you think, there is a dimensional plane that is known, or that is called the light plane. It is what constitutes the fifth dimension upwards. And in fact, all dimensions are constituted, or they are made up of light in a slowed down or in a very accelerated vibration. So the higher dimensions are separated from the lower ones just by the rate of vibration that the light is in. So what you call matter or physicality is light when it is vibrating at a very dense pace. So each time you think, your thought makes a sound in the dimensional plane that is called the light plane. There's a book that speaks Dark Light Consciousness by Dr. Edward Bruce Bynum, PhD. Speaks well about the power of melanin, the Kundalini energy, and also it speaks about light there. So light, when you think, your thoughts vibrate in the light plane, and then that causes a template to be formed in what you call the form plane. So your thought begins it, and then the form, the body, follows through. This is why every time, let's say, you are sexually stimulated, your sexual organs expand. Every time you were scared, or you have to go in front of people and do a speech, when they speak about the butterflies that you feel in your tummy, that's blood. When you get sexually aroused, that's blood. When you get ideas flowing, that's blood. So blood brings increased pressure to the organ in which now the thought resonates, or to which the thought corresponds at. So when you are having a sexual thought, blood, being the life or the light line, flows to the part of the body that responds on an organ, remember, they call them organs. What's an organ? An organ is a musical instrument. So your organs play the vibrations or the tunes. They play the frequencies. And now, what the strings of these organs, or what causes these organs to make the sounds, is the blood. Because when you're scared, blood flows to your kidneys. When you're sexually aroused, blood flows to the sexual organs. When you are nervous, blood flows to your gut area. You know, because that's where your solar plexus also resides, and that's the place now where your willpower is. That's personal will. So that's why you get nervous around there. When you also now have to respond on an athletic level, in that flight or fight, blood flows to the muscles. You see, so the organs are what the blood flows to as a response to the type of thoughts that you are having. So we are existing in what they call a sea of residual thoughts. So when they say that there are no new thoughts in the universe, it's because they say every vibrational frequency that we move into has been occupied by entities that have gone before us, right? So when you begin to vibrate at a higher metaphysical, deeper, esoteric level of yourself, you stimulate higher organs, your pituitary, your pineal gland, your hypothalamus. Blood flows to those regions. Blood flows to the highest parts of your brain, the neocortex, what they call the new brain, where thoughts, where higher cognitive functions take place. When you are thinking on a materialistic survival level, blood only reaches the lower regions of your brain, what they call the R complex or the reptilian brain. So you never get to stimulate those parts of your brain. So blood is your lifeline or your light line. It's a liquid crystal, it's liquid light. The reason these priests and the reason these people in these cult societies, why they use the blood of children, is because now that crystalline structure on an atomic level is still pure and contains no contamination. It's not, it hasn't been contaminated. So that's why they go for the blood of children. Now this is where the crystal comes in. Crystals are natural. They are natural, what's the word I'm looking for? You find them throughout nature, crystals. Now a crystal is a structure, right, that contains within it a highly ordered atomic structure. So the molecules and the atoms are structured in such a way that now it forms these beautiful patterns. It forms these beautiful patterns. And what did we say? We said that blood is a liquid crystal. So now when you work with crystals in all their different variations, these different crystals represent the different color spectrum. So they hold the frequency. That's what these crystals are. So when you work with blue crystals, they resonate at the level of your third eye. When you work with your purple crystals, the crown chakra. When you work with the red crystals, when you work with yellow crystals, when you work with green crystals, what the crystal does is that it matches, or it helps you to match its pure state. And then it aligns your blood. It aligns the crystalline structure of your blood. And then now causes your auric field to match that pure, unpolluted structure of the crystal that you find throughout nature. So that's why now these gemstones throughout the ancients of times were used, gemstones were very precious. They call them precious stones because they have a function. They may be inanimate objects, but they are conscious because everything in nature is conscious. It's conscious to the level of what it represents in the universe. So in the mineral kingdom, there's a crystal kingdom. And these particular beings, they are beings. They can help you to align to certain states of consciousness. So when you feel out of balance, there's certain crystals that you can use when you are fearful. There's certain crystals that you can use when you are nervous, when you want more energy, when you want to open your third eye. There's certain crystals that you can work with because the vibration of the crystal matches with the vibration of the crystalline structure, which is your blood, which is a liquid crystal, which is light crystal. Remember, we said that everything is light, slowing down in different variations. So a crystal is light in the slowest vibration, whereas your blood is liquid, so the vibration is much more refined. So when you work with different crystals, what happens is that you take that natural structure that comes from nature, that harmonic state, that because everything is sound also, it's light and sound. It's light and sound. So you take the light, you take the sound, you take that vibration, and then you put it on different parts of your body, and then it helps to align you. It brings you back in order because you move around a lot. You go to different environments. You go to your job. People are angry. I want to quit. Oh, I hate my boss. Oh, this. You watch TV. There's negative frequencies coming in from the television. You listen to some music. It's the type of frequencies that they use. The type of music is not good for you. So all of that kind of pollutes your aura, your blood, because all of these work hand in hand. So now when you work with the crystals, what happens is that they align you. There's an experiment that was done by this man in China called Imoto. What's his name? I forgot his name, but just Google water particle experiment. Dr. Imoto, something like that. Say Dr. Imoto. Water particle experiment. So what they did was they took water, right? And then they put the water in different glasses. And then they wrote words on a piece of paper. Words such as I love you. And then they put the water on there, and then they wrote I hate you. They put the water there. They wrote something else there. And then they froze the water particles. And they found that where they had frozen the water on words that say I love you, the molecular structure of that water froze in a very harmonic, very beautiful, crystalline state. And where they said words such as I hate you, I want you to die, that water was frozen in a very unstructured way. So it wasn't as beautiful. Why? Because words, remember, words are sound. And water carries memory. Water has memory. That's why also, if you put a body of water next to you when you sleep, when you wake up in the morning and you drink that water or you bath with it can take on the auric, because when you sleep, you emit vibrations, your aura, it emits, and all of that is information. So that information of your dreams can get trapped in that water. And when you drink it, it can help you to remember your dreams also. So if you have a hard time remembering your dreams, you put a body of water there, because water is a memory. Water contains memory. So the oceans, the rivers, they all contain the memory of the earth, of all the experiences that have taken place, of all the beautiful things, all the walls. All this information is contained within the rocks, within the waters, within the trees, because everything is sound and vibration and light. So now they found that water that is frozen next to the words such as I hate you comes out looking very distorted. And now remember that now you are 70 to 80% water. So now, can you imagine the type of structure or the type of crystalline structures that you are creating for yourself when you say beautiful things, when you listen to beautiful music, when you make beautiful love, when you portray what they call the fruits of the spirit? What you do is you align your body in ways that resonate with the natural frequencies of the earth. But then when you go out of those, what you do is that now you and nature become mismatched. So you feel out of place. Jealousy, envy, anger, all of these particular feelings are what distort your blood. They what distort your waters, your crystalline water, your structure. So, working with crystals is something that is going to help you on your journey, because each crystal has a different color, and each color is a vibration, it's a sound. Color is sound, sound is a vibration, it's a frequency. So, the type of crystals that you work with help you to also align to different mental states, because different colors also represent different psychological states. So that's why the color blue can calm you down, or they say that the color green represents abundance. You know, all these colors represent different things. All these crystals help you to align to different psychological states within you, because now they resonate or they work hand in hand with your blood, which is a liquid crystal. Now this brings me now to women. This is why in ancient times, even still today, it was known that when a woman is menstruating, these days the church has made that to be this, no, she's unclean, she's, it's bad, it's this. In certain cultures, when a woman is menstruating, she is kept away from the general public. She's kept away because that is a time in her cycles. Just as the moon, you need to understand the woman according to the cycles. My brother's an idiot. You need to understand the cycles of the woman to go hand in hand with the cycles of the moon. The moon has a part where it's a full moon. It's all powerful. It's, I'm here, see me. And then there's a part where it completely just disappears, like it's out of sight. That's the times when the woman would also be out of sight. That's the part where now she's because women respond, or women are much closer. Even though we all contain male and female inside of us, women represent the earth on a much more biological way than men do. The cycles, autumn, winter, and spring, it is expressed in the woman within the body. It shows that the cycles of the moon. So when a woman was menstruating, she would be kept away for certain days, because now that would be her reflective time. That would be her healing time. That would be her time of reflecting. So that's her time of power. That's her time of self. That's her time of being alone. Because you need those states. You need to be alone. You need to go into those states, into those zones where you are unseen. So women in times of menstruating, they would be kept, and there would be certain, it's even like in times of birth, men weren't allowed to be in an area where a woman was giving birth. It was only the elderly women of the village. Only these days it changes where the man is there holding the hand. Now the father would only see the baby after some time. You wouldn't see your child. You wouldn't be in a room. Only women were, the elderly women were allowed to be in that particular place. Because all of these particular ceremonies and states, within them, there's what involved? There's blood. There's blood involved. So women, menstruation is not a time of weakness. It's a time of power. It's a time where you need to sit down, take a notebook, write affirmations, reflect on yourself, visualize, heal, all of these things. Do all these things when you are alone, because you represent nature. You give life. You give life. That's a lot of responsibility. So personally for me, I've always wondered about menstruation. I'm like, damn, every month, what is it about? And then I think about the power of the woman. I'm like, damn. But if one would ever need to take a break from society, menstruation, I feel, would be like a great time for one to do that. Obviously now in our society it's changed. You have to go to work. People don't care whether you're menstruating or not. Work 9 to 5, you don't care. Always ultra, have a happy period, you know, like they just like the society has changed so much that you can't stay at home and say that I'm on my periods. You get pregnant, they give you boom, come back to work. All the sacredness of life has been taken away. But you can set up new structures for yourself. When you get home, you know, when you're menstruating, you know, you have your me time. You have your me time. Because as I'm saying, there's a lot of responsibility to being one who brings life into the world, that you would need to be in certain states where you are alone, where you conversate with nature. Like, hey, Mother Nature, will you really go through it? Nah. Wow. Did you know that blood has also been used to grow certain plants? I'm not saying now go grow plants. I'm telling you things that were and things that are still being practiced, because it contains nutrients. There's nutrients inside the blood. High nutrients. Why do you think these vampires, Dracula, drinking blood, all of that? It's deep, metaphoric, spiritual allegories. It's things that are just disguised there that you just think, no. There's nutrients in the blood. That's why they want the blood. Your blood is the thing that connects you. Your blood is your ether. Your blood is important. It's very important. And your blood, as I said, it's affected by your thoughts. Each thought brings increased blood to the organ in which the thought resonates. When you love, blood flows to the heart. When you're about to speak, blood flows to the organs of sound. When you think, blood flows. Blood carries oxygen. It carries oxygen, it carries life, it carries light. So your blood is important. Your blood rituals, blood packs. There's all these things that you find. They're like, oh, if we make a blood, if you cut yourself here and then you cut yourself here. There's a movie also, 47 Ronin, by Keanu Reeves, where a signature, some contracts would be written in blood, because they say that if you do it in blood, it represents, like, you can't go back on it because it's blood. You know, they say blood of my blood. Spantona be kazeli one, madi amate. Rabana ba mutoi one. We share blood. Blood is very precious. Very, very precious. Because it is your crystal. It's your crystal. So, how do you take care of your blood? By taking care of what you eat, what you drink. Because all these things, they go into your blood. When you take psychedelic mushrooms, they're going to go into your blood. When you take alcohol, it goes into your blood. When you eat certain food, the nutrients is carried to the different organs through the blood, through the bloodstream. So the reason why the rivers of the earth are dirty and polluted is because our own inner rivers are polluted and dirty through disharmonic frequencies that we harbor within us. We're not thinking straight. We're not thinking right. So our blood is polluted. So we take care of our blood by thinking right, eating right, feeling right, listening to nice music, being out in nature, working with crystals. All of that brings your blood back into a harmonic state, into a very deep harmonic state. So blood is power. Blood is power. It's important, especially for you ladies. You should know this. Oh, you should know this. Oh my God, you should know this. Oh, my sisters. There's so much you can do. The reason why the world is in such a chaotic state is because the women have been taken out of... Man is positive, woman is negative. Negative does not mean bad. Negative means rest. That's why the woman was said, she stays at home. The man is out there doing the activities. The woman stays and takes care of the house, the home. But right now, the earth is chaotic because there's no one taking care of the home. The women are working. It's busy. It's their women have guns. The world is so chaotic. The negative side of life is no longer there. There's the woman has been taken out of the picture and has been forced to now do what men do. And so there's no harmony. There's no one at home, and I understand you have to work these days. You have to grind, you have to do this. You can't say I'm going to stay at home. You can, depending on the relationship and the contract that you have with your partner. But I'm just telling you what was the metaphysical side of things. The woman is the negative. She's rest. You rest there. That's where you rest. You are home. That's why they say the man builds the house. The building represents the action and the putting in. The home, what makes it a home is that you come home, is that, yes, it's home, it's clean, it's beautiful. You see, so now the earth, because the women are being stressed, the earth is being stressed, the weather is messed up, everything, the rivers, is because what we are doing to the women. What we are doing to the women. They're always scared of gender-based violence, of rape, of all these hideous things. They've been demonized. They're the ones who ate the apple. All of them rooted in misunderstanding of ancient principles and ways and customs. Of the high priestess. That's who carried the knowledge. The women were the ones who came up with mythological stories and songs. They were the carriers. They were the ones who passed down stories orally. They were the keepers of records. Akasha. They represent the stronger gene. XX, papa. Man is XY, women are XX, dominant. A dominator, that thing. The X chromosome. You don't know, you don't know. My God, you don't know about women. You don't know. If you're a lady watching this, you don't know about yourself. The power that you are, the power in your blood. Oh, the power of your blood. Oh, the power of your juices. Original real Makoya, undiluted. Oros at 100%. The power. Oh, man. We need you, sisters, to heal. We need you to heal. Because the reason why we as men are lost is because we have been given physical prowess in terms of strength, in terms of, flexibility, thoughts, ideas, and all of these things. But all of our gifts, all of our physical prowess was to protect you. So now we've turned the gifts of nature to protect you with the blood that flows to our muscles, that makes us so strong and big as men, to protect you, to provide for you, to go out and to fend for you. We've taken these very same fists in hand, and now we use them to hurt you. We use them to lay hands on you. And so that's why everything is imbalanced. We're ashamed because we've taken the natural gifts that the earth has given us to protect you, and now we are using them against you. You see? And I'm sorry for that. On behalf of all the brothers in the world who feel that pain when they look. I once saw this tweet where they say, where they're like, ladies, what would you do if there were no men for like a week or 24/7? Yo, the things that they said, they're like, oh my word, I'd walk at night, I'd go start bathing, I'd wear anything I want. And I thought about that, and as I was reading that, I was like, damn, this is actually true, because I too would do the same. When I walk in public or when I walk at night and I see, let's say, 3 women walking towards me, I'm comfortable. I'm like, But when I see men, four men, I'm in a fight or flight mode. I become uneasy. I can only imagine if it's a woman now walking and there's 3 men coming. And it never used to be like this. Seeing men come your direction, you should feel safe. Oh, my brothers. But nowadays, it's like, So when I saw that tweet, I was like, damn, actually, it's so true. It's so true. We've become so disorganized, so imbalanced, because all of us, our blood is dirty. Our blood is polluted. It's not harmonic. But yeah, family. Peace, love and light to you all. I hope that you enjoyed this video about blood. And remember, keep your blood clean. Work on your blood. Keep your blood clean. Love yourself. Yeah. Much love, family. Peace.